Hey, what's up everyone? I decided to share a little update video on my Reaver's SRS Infernalist. The gear here real quick, so I'm comfortably farming tier 5, tier 6. Keep in mind this is a solo self-found character, ultra scuffed. I have a total of, this is a minion build, I have a total of 1 to minion skills in my entire setup. Starting off with the weapon, I bricked my main weapons over and over and over again. I gambled this one. I think your best bet, our best bet is gambling for one on solo self-found, for real. One costs around 10k gold in the base. So I look for the highest increased spirit I can get. And preferably plus skills, of course. Speaking of spirit, I only have 350 because I don't have the trials. On solo self-found, the trial tokens seem to be very rare. So I'm on a level 76 character right now, and I found a total of 4 trial tokens. There it is, 1 to minion skills, life, resistances. Res is fairly important, of course. I put the best sockets I found in the armor, even though it's not even good. Like, it's not the right base, it should say just energy shield. I found this recently. Look at the double spirit. The only thing that's missing is plus skills, of course, and I would be happy. If this would say 2 to minion skills, I would be happy. My jewelry, rings. I found that like just stat stick rings are important here. This one has massive, almost 30 strength, 30 int. This one has a bunch of dex. Gloves. Belt. That's the shield I'm using. Also stats, HP. I found those boots, so they leave behind like burnt ground. It's not even too bad. It's a nice combo with Firestorm. Yeah, the passive skill tree a little bit awkward since I don't have the trial, right? That's why I went with 1 point in life here. 1 point in increased mana, why not? Works out just fine. To unlock Baydard's Will. This would immediately mean, that would mean many things. For 1, more minions. I guess 2 or 3, 4 more minions immediately just by skilling this. And or I could use the same amount of Reavers, but use flammability as an aura. So less micromanagement, 1 less button to click. Can more focus on keeping up Firestorm. Most importantly, I add chaos damage to those Reavers. Boom, now they hit like a truck. I have some more minion stuff here. So Lords of Horrors is already important, of course, but will be even better with Baydard's Will. Yeah, I chose the Hellhound for now for my few points that I have here because this is just 20 DR. Speaking of damage reduction, I have a bunch of energy shield. So with this passive tree, I actively double my hit points. So I have around 1.8k life. But I have 850 energy shield. And I have almost 1k mana. So the mobs gotta heat up all the mana and the energy shield before they even can touch the life pool here. Because of mind over matter. Yeah, scaling int. More energy shield. Deadly Swarm here. A little bit of minion damage is important. I feel like since the Reavers are melee minions, accuracy rating is important to shred bosses. The next few level will be, yeah, we get just more damage for the Reavers. In form of more crit. And in form of more just flat minion damage, maybe. And then, if we would have a really high level, I would skill down here. Take this entire corner here. Holy Protector, Silent Guardian, and Bringer of Order. All the gem slots. The jewel sockets, I mean. it depends on the build, but especially for minion builds, they make a big difference. Mine are of course not the best because it's solo self-found, so keep that in mind. I could get one more here, and if I, as I mentioned, skill down here, there's a new socket here. There's also more block stuff because I'm using a shield. There's a bunch of crazy shit I still can do in this passive tree. As of now, I'm level 76. And yeah, I tested this a little bit and so on. I played the Reavers since Cruel Act 2 campaign. And they are the strongest. With the least amount of gear, I would argue the Reavers are the strongest. Just because of the enrage, the damage buff from Pain Offering. I had it in the previous build just to just brute force those campaign bosses in Cruel mode. Get a second offering and even go into Lust for Sacrifice for additional 40%. So this gives around 40. You pop 2 offerings, you have another 40. You can enrage them non-stop. So yeah, you will probably kill a egg boss with totally naked. I'm barely getting hit. My gear is non-existent anyways, okay? I only have the spirit for a nice amount of Reavers. But other than that, as I said, 1-2 minion skills. So with no gear, I think the Reavers are really good. But I also think they might fall off hard in endgame. And like real endgame, like the tier 15, tier 16 maps and so on, maybe. Because at the end of the day, they are melee minions, and everybody knows don't play melee, right? So it depends on which minions we are using, but I think there are only 2 bases viable. One is here Omen Scepter for Malice. This is an now it's an aura, but usually it's a curse or a debuff or whatever, and it inflicts critical weakness. Okay, so they deal more crit damage against mobs afflicted by this debuff. So that's why the Malice is really good with the melee ones. On the other hand, the second and last viable option is the one that gives free minions. Like you get the warriors. So that one is GG as well, because Pain Offering will poke one of the good monsters on one of our own minions. And if you have 2 warriors for free, you can maybe try to aim for a warrior, right? And the offering will not sacrifice a Reaver. Your weakness, insane. As I said, I gambled this. This has a level 17 Malice Aura. The weapon before had level 14, and you feel the difference immediately. So this is just nuts. I have a crazy tier 8 map. I found here. I will farm tier 8 with this. It's nuts. The damage is ridiculous. Please don't nerf, because I'm an Infernalist. I have the Infernal Hound here with fire exposure, culling strike. This one's really nice. Annoying bosses, just tap the last thingy away, like just kill him. Behead. It's just funny. It's not the best thing in a perfect world. I would have it on the Reavers. That's just funny if he steals the effect. And Whitefire. So this guy ignites. This is my source of ignition as well. So he ignites and the ignites can spread. And they ignite in combination with my boots. And the fireball, flame ball, makes it so Firestorm will consume those ignites. But like my ignites don't deal damage, right? Not really, because how Ignite works in this game is it scales off the damage it got applied with. So if I have a, I don't know, a bonk ability, okay, and I make the bonk ability ignite, the ignition will burn like crazy and will deal a lot of damage. If I have ignite from a little skeleton, then it's not a big ignite, right? So I use the ignite only to consume this debuff. Deals additional damage, deals more damage, and this is so nasty, dude. This is like a little AOE culling strike, the way I've set it up. And it works really great because they are melee single target, and it helps with just map clear speed and just one-shotting little shits in the corners and annoying mobs. Like I can recommend the following setup. Unleash, so it procs 2. Persistence, so it rains down longer, helps with the uptime. And Execute, deals 40% more damage with hits against enemies that are on low life. It's almost like a little culling strike here, but crazy AoE. The way I've distributed my spirit reservation is the following. So I have 9 Reavers and 2 Clerics. They are really good. They are really, really good. They rarely die. I gotta keep the balance in mind, right? Is it a tier 15 map with this type of gear? They would probably rip all the time. But there's now tier 5, tier 6. It feels just about right. Like 9 Reavers, 2 Clerics. The little bit of damage reduction and stuff I have from passive, it's alright. It's alright. They can all rip. It's very, very awkward. Gotta walk around in a little circle until they respawn. They respawn fairly quickly, but it's alright. It's alright. Could be better, of course, but look at my items. 1-2 minion skills. Enough said. So therefore the Clerics help. They have Arcane Tempo, Meat Shield, and Elemental Army. The main attack here, my Reavers. I corrupted I don't know how many gems. I simply can't get the 4th socket. So this one has 23% quality, Feeding Frenzy, Heft, and Heavy Swing. So before that I was using Brutality, but now I add Chaos damage. So with Brutality I can't use the gem then. So it says less attack speed. I feel no difference in attack speed. They still attack crazy fast. So not a drawback. Not a drawback at all. To enhance the fire damage a little bit. To also help Firestorm. Also the Raging Spirits did a shit ton of fire damage because I have Fire Infusion, Immolate, Maim on them. To use Flammability right now. My skills deal fire damage as well, and I have a lot of int. Flammability here with Heightened Curse, Focused Curse, and Inspiration. And I have Detonate Dead. Fun ability. Little nuke button, helps with clear speed. So all combined together, right? The uptime of Firestorm. All the minions, enraging them, buffing them, cursing everything to lower the fire res. And even have Corpse Explosion, so that's great clear speed in maps. And just for the boss in the maps, the Reavers are king anyways. With these type of gear, with these type of items, like I tried all the minions, you know what I mean? Like I tried the Molotov guys, I tried the Frost Mages or whatever. But with no gear at all, just a combination of Melis, Boost, and Enrage ability. Those 3 things are just enough. Because Flame Ball procs the Raging Spirits. I have Fortress here and Spell Cascade. That looks cool. The skulls only spawn from the first circle, so it depends. How much retina eye burn you want. But it's cool. For the mana regen, it's a little bit heavy on the mana. But yeah, I have a lot of mana regeneration here. And I also run Grim Feast with Clarity. The Pain Offering. So it says 41% more damage right now. Imagine on trade, well, I guess a good scepter is really expensive on trade, but it would be cheap to get like a 3-2 minion skills, a 50 increased spirit and a 3-2 minion skills. That's it. Would teleport me up to 3 tiers higher in maps. But yeah, imagine that, right? And Pain Offering will hit like a truck. I have Minion Mastery here, Font of Rage. I'm not even sure if that works. My Reaver is supposed to build up Rage. I'm not sure. And Obliteration, so I sacrifice a little bit of life, but in return the offering has a 30% increased effect.